Greetings all. El Grinnell here with True Speak. Welcome back to the vlog of all things happy and healthy. This week I'd like to talk about the magic of mindset. It's been coming up a lot in conversations and meetings, and it's just really been interesting how much the word mindset has been in the dialogues for me this week with other folks. So I wanted to share with you three tips. I always like to keep things simple, and I feel like 3 steps are very, very doable. So the first thing is mindset begins with being able to understand that you have control over the voices in your head. They do not control you. And there's another vlog on that. If you go back, it's called How to Question Authority. So that's the first step. The first step is remembering that you're in charge, you're the captain, you make the decisions, and you can shh those voices and ask them to sit in the corner or simply tell them, thanks for sharing, but this is what we're doing, and I'd like for you to get on board. I know I'm really oversimplifying it, but until you have tried shushing the voices in your head, and there's a few ways to do that. So if you get a crappy thought like, oh, you're so lazy, or oh, you're such a procrastinator, or any label that's not flattering, then you will say, thanks for sharing. But guess what? I am in charge. I am on top of my game, or whatever statement feels really natural to how you're handling things right now. You could also say, when you hear that voice, you can also say cancel, cancel, delete, delete, just like you would with the computer. And you just don't allow it to vibrationally make any emotions in you. Or you could laugh it off. You can just be like, whatever, dude. That's hysterical because it's no longer my truth. So you're going to find language that you're comfortable with because you do need to take baby steps with this. So you can shush it. You can tell it to get in the back seat. You can tell it thanks for sharing. You can laugh it off. You can say, well, that used to be true, but now I'm working on being more organized and I'm really enjoying this new process. So get on board. Or get out. Okay, so recognizing the voices in your head and taking back control is number one. Second thing is the language that you use, and I already alluded to this. I have a whole nother section on why affirmations don't work, but I'd like to just give you this one simple tip. Remember that if you're going to say something about yourself, it can't be over the top right off the bat. It needs to be realistic. Okay, so for example, if you say, I no longer eat junk food, right? Maybe your goal is to lose weight and you know that junk food is one of your issues. Well, your brain is going to say, who are you talking about? Right? So then you can shush it, you can cancel, cancel, delete, and you can say, hey, that used to be true, but now I'm making better food choices and I'm enjoying the way I feel, right? So you can have a conversation with your mind. But if you just say, I no longer eat junk food, it's kind of too big of a statement. And that's the problem that I have with affirmations. People go too big. And I know there's the saying, go big or go home. But in this case, that's not a good it's not a good way to think about it. So baby steps. So instead of saying I no longer eat junk food, you can say I make better food choices. I plan my meals better. I'm enjoying how I'm feeling by eating less junk food. It's easier for me to not choose junk food or fast food, whatever, right? So those are some options. And then the third one is to remember the breath. And I know you all are tired of hearing me tell you this. This is the key to success. When we're not breathing deeply and fully, when we're contracted and you're on the computer, or you're driving or whatever, and you're not open and you're not breathing, you're just survival breathing. And when you're just survival breathing, it's going to your major organs and it is going to your brain, but it's not giving you enough blood flow to be able, and oxygen, to be able to make good decisions, healthy decisions, better decisions. The brain will go to default because it's too busy keeping other parts of you alive. So the simple breathing of opening the chest and inhale big, expand all the way down through the belly, and then exhale, relax, and just let go. It's like, oh, settle into your body. Tell your body, thank you, I love you. Okay, so the first is putting the ego in check. The second is using realistic language. And the third is to remember to breathe. When in doubt, just sit back and take 3 breaths. That's all it takes. If you're ever feeling deer in the headlights or like, um, what was I something? Oh yeah. So I was at the grocery store and they didn't have the yogurt that I usually get, but there were about 10 other yogurts to choose from and I became overwhelmed. And so I just stopped right there in the aisle and I closed my eyes and I took three nice, long, slow breaths. And I was like, oh, I felt so much better for starters. It took about maybe 30 seconds. And then I decided I just didn't need any yogurt today. It was pretty simple. It's not like another one jumped out at me. It was like, well, you can buy it next time. Anyhow, I know that's a little bit of a silly example, but I'd just like for you to know how easy it can be and how you can use it under any circumstance, big or small. So, with that, I say namaste and aloha. Oh, I'm coming to you from my stand up desk in my office today. Normally, I'll be in the studio. Most of the vlogs will be in the studio, but I just am so happy with my desk that I wanted to work from here today. Okay, so with that, I say namaste and aloha. Looking forward to seeing you again.